Now today's flow is going to consist of an exercise sequence that we're going to end up doing 3 times. And as we go through this exercise sequence, you're going to be doing 15 chaturanga push-ups, you'll be doing 30 seconds of crunches or eagle crunches, and then you're going to have a minute squatting exercise. Other components that we're also going to get into today are going to be some one-armed planks, and then we're also going to have a balancing series that's going to consist of Warrior 3 and Airplane. I'm going to go ahead and have Maggie here demonstrate a few things that I think are important to keep in mind as we go through our sequence today, and then we'll go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to have Maggie demonstrate is your chaturanga push-up. The reason why I'm going to have her demonstrate this is because when I see students struggle with push-ups, the one thing they all have in common is the second that they bend their arms, they drop their head. And when you drop your head as you do your push-ups, it makes your arms work harder because all of your weight shifts forward, all right? So the most important thing when you do your chaturanga push-up is looking straight forward and shifting back into the heels. Go ahead, do a couple for them real quick. As you see, she looks straight forward, keeps the weight back. Go ahead, lower down to your knees. And again, by looking forward and shifting back, it takes some of the work out of the arms and will allow you to find more success doing your chaturanga push-ups. I'm going to be counting 15 push-ups off. You can either stop the video and take the time to make sure you do all 15 push-ups, or just focus on doing as many push-ups as you can correctly within the time frame that I'm counting off those 15 push-ups. Once you get done with your 15 push-ups, you're also going to be doing eagle crunches. When you do an eagle crunch, you're going to lay down on your back. You're going to bring your right leg over, your right arm under, wrapping just like eagle pose, and then you're going to open and close as you bring the elbows and the knees together. After you get done with your eagle crunches, you're going to be standing it up at the top of your mat. You're going to be grabbing your weights. Now, when you use your weights for your squatting exercise, if you want to double up your 3s and 5s, you can. Or if you got 10s and 12s, any heavier set of weight you want to do when you do your squatting exercise, feel free to use just to work your legs a little bit more. But the way the squatting sequence is going to work is the first 20 seconds, you're just going to squat and stand. Second 20 seconds, you're going to squat and curl. And then your third 20 seconds, you're going to squat and then press. Okay, go ahead, set the weights down and come into tabletop. Just one more component that I'm going to go over here real quick is a one-armed plank. Now, when we get into our one-armed plank with our weights, you're going to be doing single arm rows and tricep kickbacks, but it's all about how you set the foundations of the pose. So when you come into your one-armed plank, go ahead, come into your plank real quick. Bring your feet wide off the mat. Keep the chin away from your chest and then bring your other hand to center. Go ahead, take your right hand behind your back. And you create a tripod with the feet and the hand. Creating this kind of foundation is going to allow you to find more success working with the weight once we get there. All right, go ahead, release. Other than that, everything else for today's class is going to be pretty yoga standard. Let's go ahead and get started in child's pose. So once you come into child's pose, open the knees wide and connect the big toes behind you. Let your hips rest on the heels and your head rest on the mat. Take a few moments here to relax, focus, and most importantly, connect with your breath. Your breath is the most important component of this practice. It's going to fuel your body and give you the energy that you need to work effectively. So breathe. Go ahead, press up to a tabletop position. Move through a few cycles of cat and cow on your own, just bringing some fluid movement into the spine. As you move through your cat and cows, just let your breath guide the movement, staying connected. Breathe. And start to come back into a neutral position. Moving through a high plank, find your first downward facing dog. Now when you come into your down dog, bend your knees, pedal your heels, take a little bit of movement, helping you continue to open the body as you settle into the pose. Then ultimately allow yourself to find some stillness. Root through the hands to engage the arms. Elevate your hips as you press your chest back towards your thighs, and let your heels melt towards the mat as you press your inner thighs to the back of your mat, opening the backs of the legs. Breathe. Go ahead, exhale everything out. Take a full breath in. Lift your gaze, bend your knees, exhale, walk or jump to the top of your mat. Find your feet together and move into a halfway lift, flat back. And then fold forward. From here, rise to mountain pose. Once your hands are overhead, go ahead, goal post the arms, lift the heart, gently curl back, hold here for a moment. Go ahead, reach the hands overhead, and then fold forward. Halfway lift, flat back, and then fold. We're gonna flow 2 times. Inhale, mountain pose, hands high. Goal post the arms, exhale, curl back. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. One more time through the cycle. Inhale, mountain pose, reach high. Exhale, curl back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. From here, bend your knees, plant your hands, step back to high plank. And we're gonna move into forearm plank. So come onto your forearms, keep your chin away from your chest, press back through your heels as you pull the heart forward. So what you're feeling in your body right now, the activation in your legs and in your core, is the same activation that I want you to feel when you're doing your 15 push-ups. The more you're able to use your entire body as one unit, the less work the arms are gonna have to do. Hold here and breathe for another 10. Go ahead, press up to high plank, and then send your hips high for downward facing dog. Pause here, take a breath in, and let it go. Go ahead, reach your right leg high. Step your foot through for your lunge. Once your lunge is set, gaze forward and rise to crescent lunge. Now give yourself an opportunity to find some stability, and then activate the back leg and lunge a little deeper to create more of a stretch. From your crescent lunge, you're gonna be moving into a warrior 3. So use your back foot, launch forward, and bring your body into a T shape. Keep the left foot flexed, try to point the toes down to keep the alignment of your hips. From here, airplane, hands back, palms down, continue to breathe. Draw your belly in to support the lower back. From your airplane, we're gonna move into a big knee. Reach the hands overhead as you lift the left knee and keep the left foot flexed. Transition back to your airplane. Warrior 3, reach the hands forward. And then step back for crescent lunge. Once you step back for crescent lunge, chaturanga, plant the hands, step back, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog, excellent job. Exhale, down dog. Pause here, take a breath in, and let it go. Go ahead, reach your left leg high. Step it through for your lunge. Set your foundations, then once they're set, rise to crescent lunge and hold. Again, give yourself a moment to settle in, and then take the pose a little deeper if you wish. Breathe. Using your back foot, launch forward to your warrior three. And keep the back foot active. See if you can just lift a little higher. And then find your airplane. Hands back, palms down. Smooth transition to your big knee. Hands overhead, right knee lifts, right foot flex. Mindfully move back to your airplane. Reach forward for warrior three. Stay strong, we're almost there. And then find your crescent lunge. Release chaturanga. Plant the hands, step back halfway down. Nice work. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in and let it go. Draw another inhale, lift your gaze, bend your knees, exhale, walk or jump top of your mat. Feet together, halfway lift, and fold. Chair pose, hips low, hands high. Lift your toes, squeeze your thighs, melt the hips, and lift the heart. See if you can sit a little deeper, bringing heat and strength into the body. Straighten your legs, bring your hands to heart center. So we're gonna warm the legs up a little bit more. Let's go ahead and get into some squats. Go ahead, bend the legs, touch the ground, reach high. Bend the legs, touch the ground, reach high. We're gonna go for 20 seconds. Set a nice, even pace that you can maintain. Continue to breathe as you move. Bring your hands to heart, hips low, pulse, 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 pulse. Lift your toes, keep the weight in the heels. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Chair pose, isolate, hips low, hands high. Sit it deep, work your legs. Straighten your legs, hands to heart center, fold forward. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Plant the hands, step back, lower halfway down. Inhale, up dog. Excellent. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath in and let it go. So we're gonna get into our first one-armed plank. Go ahead, come forward to plank. Bring your feet wide off the mat. Bring your right hand to center and your left hand behind the back. Breathe, 20-second hold. Again, keep the chin away from the chest. Try not to have your butt too far in the air. Remember, the wider your feet, the broader your foundation, the easier it will be to hold. And go ahead, find downward facing dog. Take a breath in and let it go. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise to crescent lunge. This time, you're gonna find warrior two. Open it up. In warrior two, your front foot points straight forward, your back foot is parallel, your front foot intersects the back foot. Now, as you come into your lunge, actively draw the knee to the outside edge of the foot to help keep the knee stacked on top of your ankle. Lunge a little deeper and then move into reverse warrior. Reach up as you stretch back. Extended side angle. Bring your elbow to your thigh. Reach the fingertips forward and up. Try to create a nice line from the outside edge of your back foot through the fingertips of your reaching hand. Come back to your warrior two. chaturanga, release. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Pause here, take a breath in, and then let it go. Second one-arm plank. Come forward to plank, bring your feet wide off the mat, left hand to center, right hand behind, 20 seconds, breathe. Again, keep the chin up. The more you hang the head, the harder the arm is going to have to work. Final 5. Downward facing dog. Good job. Take a breath in and let it go. Left leg high. Step it through for your lunge. Rise to your crescent lunge. Once you're stable, find your warrior 2. Again, adjust the feet so you have the right foundations. Spread the fingers to tone up the arms. Lunge a little deeper. Breathe. Keep your lunge, reverse warrior. Reach up, stretch back, lunge deep. Extended side angle. Bring your elbow down as fingers reach forward and up. Come back to your warrior 2. Chaturanga, release. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Now we're going to flow that warrior 2 sequence one time on each side. Exhale everything out. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise, crescent lunge. Exhale, open up, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Pause here, take a breath in, and then let it go. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise, crescent lunge. Exhale, open up, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Pause here, take a breath in, and then let it go. Child's pose. So just come into child's pose for a moment. Take a step back, reassess. Give yourself an opportunity to collect yourself and refocus before we add the weights. So once we get going again, we're going to be starting with our exercise sequence. The first time we go through our exercise sequence, it'll be 15 push-ups, 30 seconds of regular crunches, and then we'll get into our squatting exercises. The second and third time we make our way through, that's when we'll incorporate our eagle crunches. Remember, you can use heavier weights if you want when we do our squatting exercise, just to work your legs and arms a little bit more. So go ahead, come up to your tabletop position. So we're going to be starting with 15 chaturanga push-ups. I'm going to count them off. Again, if you can do all 15, great. Otherwise, just do as many correct push-ups as you can within the time frame that I count them off. Okay, let's go ahead and walk the feet back. We'll start in 3, 2, here we go. Down, 1, down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, down, 6, down, 7, down, 8, down, 9, down, 10, down, 1, down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5. Nice work. Come onto your back for crunches. Hands behind your head, lift the feet, hug the legs, and crunch. Crunch, 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 crunch. Again, you're going 30 seconds, so set a pace you can maintain for the whole 30 seconds. Push, push, push. Excellent work. 15 more seconds. Keep it up. Crunch, crunch. Embrace the burn. Crunch, crunch, crunch. All right, draw your knees into your chest. Roll back, roll forward, stand it up. If you want, grab your heavier set of weights, or you can double up your 3s and 5s. We'll start our squats in 3, 2, and go. Just squat and stand. Squat and stand. Squat and stand. Keep the chin up. Nice work. Now add the curl. Squat and curl. Palms face. It's a hammer curl. Squat and curl. Squat and curl. Excellent work. Now add the press. Squat and press. Squat and press. 10 more seconds. Finish strong. Go ahead, stand it up. Weights come to your chest and then just fold forward. Once you fold forward, lower the weights to the mat and set them aside. No weights in hand, find a halfway lift, flat back, and then just step back for your downward facing dog. Pause here, take a breath in, and let it go. From here, come forward to your plank and lower down to your knees to tabletop. So we're gonna get into our single arm rows. Go ahead, grab a 3, 5, or 8, whichever one you want. Bring that weight into your right hand. Once your weight is in the right hand, walk the feet back, bring your feet wide, left hand to center, and then lift and lower. Lift and lower. 20 seconds. Keep the chin up again, but not too high in the air. Nice work. 10 more. Go ahead, lower the weight, move back into downward facing dog. Take a breath in and let it go. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, step your foot through between the hands and paws. Now what I want you to do is grab your light set of weights, so 3-pound weights. Once you have those weights, rise to crescent lunge. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through that Warrior 3 airplane big knee series 3 times. From your crescent lunge, keep the weights in hand, launch forward, Warrior 3. Airplane. Big knee. Airplane. Warrior 3. Crescent lunge. Warrior 3. Airplane. Big knee. Airplane. Warrior 3. Crescent lunge. One more. Warrior 3. Airplane. Big knee. Airplane. Warrior 3. Crescent lunge. Excellent job. From your crescent lunge, lower the light weights down to the mat, grab your heavy weights and come back to crescent lunge. Once you come back to crescent lunge, bring your weights to heart center. Take your back foot, hop it in a little bit, Bend your back knee and pulse, 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 pulse. Now hold the back knee 2 inches, lower the weights and curl, curl, curl. Weights to your chest, crescent lunge, weights overhead, lower the weights to the mat, step back for downward facing dog. Take a breath in and let it go. Come forward to plank, lower down to your tabletop position. So now we're gonna get into the left side with our single arm row. So take 3, 5, or 8 into the left hand, bring your right hand to center, walk your feet back, bring the feet wide, single arm row, lift and lower, lift and lower. 20 seconds, keep the chin up, breathe. Nice work, stay strong. Go ahead, set the weight down, return to downward facing dog. Take a breath in and let it go. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, step the foot through and pause. Again, grab your 3-pound weights. Once you're set, rise to crescent lunge. So we're gonna go through that same balancing sequence 3 times on this side. Here we go. Warrior 3. Airplane. Big knee. Airplane. Warrior 3. Crescent lunge. Warrior 3. Airplane. Big knee. Airplane. Warrior 3. Crescent lunge. We're going to go through that one more time. Launch forward. Warrior 3. Airplane. Big knee. Airplane. Warrior 3. Crescent lunge. Excellent work. Lower the weights down to the mat. Grab your heavy set of weights and then come back to crescent lunge. Once you're set, bring your weights to heart center, hop your back foot in a little bit, bend the back leg, and pulse, 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 pulse. Nice rhythmic tempo. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Hold the back knee 2 inches, lower the weights, and curl, curl, curl. Weights to your chest, crescent lunge. Lower the weights to the mat, step back for downward facing dog. Take a breath in and let it go. From here, come forward to plank, lower down to your tabletop position. So we're about to get into our second exercise series. Again, 15 chaturanga push-ups. This time it will be eagle crunches and then another minute of squats. We'll get our 15 push-ups started in 3, 2, here we go. Down, 1, down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, down, 6, down, 7, down, 8, down, 9, down, 10, down, 1, down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5. Nice work. On your back for eagle crunches. Right leg comes over the left, right arm goes under the left. Once you're set, crunch. Again, right leg over, right arm under. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Continue to breathe, 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 breathe. 15 more seconds. Stay strong. Eagle crunches can hurt the most, so power through that burn. Nice work. Unwind, roll back, roll forward, stand it up with your heavy set of weights. We'll start our squats in 3, in 2, and here we go. Squat and stand, squat and stand, squat and stand. Now add the curl, squat and curl, squat and curl. Work the legs and the arms together. Keep on breathing. Remember, your breath fuels your body. Now add the press, squat and press, squat and press. 10 more seconds. Finish strong. Weights to your chest. Fold forward, set the weights aside. Once the weights are on the floor, find a halfway lift, create a little length, and then step back for downward facing dog. Pause here, take a breath in, and let it go. From here, come forward to plank and lower down to your tabletop position. Go ahead, take a 3 or 5 pound weight in your hand. We're gonna be getting into tricep kickbacks. So 3 or 5 pound weight in the right hand, bring your left hand to center, walk your feet back, lift the weight, and then just extend and bend the arm. Extend and bend the arm. Keep the chin up, 10 more seconds. Nice work, stay with it. Go ahead, set the weight down, move back into downward facing dog. Take a breath in and let it go. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, step it through and pause. 3 or 5 pound weights, your choice. Once you're set, rise to crescent lunge. Open up for warrior 2 and pause. Bring your weights to your hips. Make sure your feet are set correctly. The better your foundation is, the easier it's gonna be to work the arms. Once you're set, go ahead, open the weights up, palms to the sky, and curl. Keep the elbows at shoulder height, curl, curl. It's gonna be a 20-second curl, 15-second pulse, 10-second hold. Now hold the curl, pulse, 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 pulse. Nice work, stay with it. Now flex, hold, and lunge deeper. Tone those legs, work your arms. Reverse warrior, right weight straight up, left weight to the left leg. From here, extended side angle, right elbow down, left weight straight up to the sky. Once you're in extended side angle, you're gonna bring your top weight into your bottom hand. So you want both of your weights in your bottom hand. Bring your left hand to your left hip and then just curl the bottom arm. Curl, curl, curl. Draw your left shoulder back, keeping the chest open. Keep it up. Nice work, stay with it. Now hold the curl, one weight back to each hand, extended side angle. Warrior 2. Weights to heart center, high plank to down dog. Take a breath in and let it go. Go ahead, come forward to plank, lower down to a tabletop position. So now we're gonna get into our tricep kickbacks on the left side. So 3 or 5 pound weight in the left hand, right hand to center, walk the feet back, lift the weight, and then just extend and bend, extend and bend. Ten more seconds, stay with it. Go ahead, set the weight down, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and let it go. Left leg high. Step it through and pause. Again, 3 or 5 pound weights. Once you're set, rise to crescent lunge. Open up for warrior 2, and again, bring your weights to your hips momentarily just so you can set your foundations. Once your foundations are set, go ahead, open it up, palms to the sky, curl, curl. Try to keep the elbows at shoulder height, maintain a decent lunge, again, working the legs as we tone the arms. Keep it up. Now hold the curl and pulse, 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 pulse. Go ahead, flex and hold, lunge deeper. Reverse warrior, left weight straight up, right weight, right leg. Extended side angle, left elbow, left thigh, right weight straight to the sky. Go ahead, bring your right weight into your left hand. So both weights in the bottom hand to right hip, curl the bottom arm, go. Curl, curl, curl. Ten more seconds, keep it up. Hold the curl, one weight to each hand, extended side angle. Bring it up to warrior 2, weights to heart center, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and let it go. Go ahead, come forward to plank, lower down to your knees. So, this is it, home stretch. We got one more exercise sequence to get through, and then we'll go ahead and stretch and cool down. Let's go ahead and finish strong. We'll start our 15 chaturanga push-ups in 3, 2, here we go. Down, 1, down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, down, 6, down, 7, down, 8, down, 9, down, 10, down, 1, down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5. Nice work. On your back, eagle crunches, left leg over the right, left arm under the right, left leg over, left arm under, crunch, crunch, crunch. 30 seconds. Continue to breathe, breathe. I know that burn starts to kick in quick. Work through it, breathe through it. It's only sensation. Crunch, crunch, crunch. About 10 more seconds. Go ahead, unravel. Roll back, roll forward, stand it up. Heavy set of weights. We'll start our squats in 3, 2, and go. Squat and stand. Squat and stand. This is your final minute of work. Make it count. You've come this far. Don't give up now. Push. Push. Add the curl. 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 Almost there. Now the press. Final 15 seconds. Work through it. Stand it up, weights to your chest, and fold forward. Go ahead, set the weights aside. Once the weights are set aside, find your halfway lift, and then just step back for downward facing dog. Take a breath in and let it go. Go ahead, come forward to plank, lower down to a tabletop position. Shoulders over the wrist, hips over the knees. Once you're set, go ahead, take your right hand to the sky. Roll your wrist one way. Roll it the other. Reach a little higher, and then thread your needle. So try to keep the pressure in the right shoulder and the left hand, minimal pressure on the head and neck. Go ahead, take the right hand high, and then bring it down to the mat. Once you reset, go ahead, take the left hand high. Again, roll the hand one way, roll it the other, and then thread your needle. Go ahead, take the left hand high, then bring it back down to the mat. We're gonna go ahead and do one more shoulder stretch. Come onto your stomach. Once you come onto your stomach, you're gonna go ahead and take your right hand out to the side. Palm is down. You wanna make sure that you have a 90-degree angle with the arm and your body. Once you're set, you're gonna go ahead and roll onto the right shoulder, drop the left foot behind the leg, and just let your head rest on the floor. Go ahead, come back to center, bring your right hand in, extend your left hand out. Again, make sure you got that nice 90-degree angle. And go ahead, roll your body, drop your foot. And again, just let your head relax on the mat. Breathe. Go ahead, come back to center. Bring your hands under your shoulders, press yourself up to a tabletop position. Then come onto your seat, extend your legs straight out in front of you, and we're gonna take a seated forward fold. Reach the hands high, and then reach for either your shins, ankles, or feet. Breathe. Begin to let go of your forward fold, lay down onto your back, reach the hands overhead, taking a full body stretch. Then bring your arms out to a T position. Bring your knees over your hips so your shins are parallel to the mat, then drop both knees to the right and gaze to the left. Go ahead, come back to center, and then drop both knees to the left and gaze to the right. Find your center one last time. Happy babies. Grab for the outside edges of the feet. Once you got your feet, kick the feet up as you pull them down with the hands. Go ahead, draw your knees into your chest, bring your forearms over your shins, forehead to your knees. Give yourself a solid squeeze, sealing in all that effort you put forth today. And then release to your Shavasana. Extend the legs long, palms by the sides, facing the sky. Take a few moments here at the end of your practice to give yourself an opportunity to let go of all the tension and resistance that built up from working so hard. Simply wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, gently rock your head from side to side. When you're ready, send your hands overhead, plant your feet into the earth, and roll over to your right hand side, coming to a supported fetal position. Then when you're ready, press yourself up to a cross-legged seated position. Bring your hands to heart center, sit tall, and close the eyes. Then gently exhale everything out. Take a full breath in, and let it go. On your next inhale, bring your thumbs to third eye center. As you exhale, humbly bow in honor of